Section 6. Contrast and variation. Contrast and variation are design principles that add visual interest and create dynamic compositions within an interior space. They involve the deliberate juxtaposition of different elements to create a sense of tension, excitement, and balance. Contrast refers to the noticeable differences between elements, while variation involves the intentional use of different elements to add diversity and depth to the design. Considerations for contrast and variation in interior design. Color contrast. Color contrast is one of the most common ways to create visual impact within a space. By pairing colors that are opposite or significantly different on the color wheel, designers can create a vibrant and eye-catching interior. For example, using a combination of black and white, or bold contrasting colors like blue and orange, creates a striking visual contrast that adds energy to the design. Texture and material contrast. Contrasting textures and materials can add depth and visual interest to a space. By combining smooth and rough textures, glossy and matte surfaces, or natural and man-made materials, designers create a tactile contrast that stimulates the senses. For instance, pairing a sleek glass coffee table with a textured fabric sofa creates a visually appealing contrast between the two. Scale and proportion contrast. Playing with scale and proportion can create dramatic contrast within a space. By introducing elements of different sizes and proportions, designers can draw attention and add visual impact. For example, placing oversized artwork against a smaller furniture piece creates a striking contrast in scale and becomes a focal point in the room. Light and dark contrast. Contrast between light and dark elements can create a sense of drama and depth within an interior design. By strategically using light and shadow, designers can highlight specific areas or objects. For example, a spotlight illuminating a particular artwork against a darker backdrop creates a dramatic contrast and draws attention to the artwork. Style and period contrast. Introducing contrasting styles or mixing different design periods can create an eclectic and visually stimulating interior. By juxtaposing elements from different styles, designers can create a sense of tension and intrigue. For example, combining modern furniture with vintage or rustic accessories adds contrast and variation to the design. Pattern and print contrast. Contrasting patterns and prints can create a lively and dynamic interior. By combining different patterns with complementary colors or varying scales, designers can create an exciting visual contrast. For instance, pairing a bold striped rug with floral patterned pillows on a neutral sofa creates a vibrant and eclectic look. Form and shape contrast. Contrasting forms and shapes add visual interest and a sense of balance within a space. By incorporating elements with different shapes, such as curves and angles, designers create a dynamic composition. For example, combining a round dining table with rectangular chairs creates an intriguing contrast in form and shape. In conclusion, contrast and variation are essential design principles that add visual interest, depth, and balance to an interior space. By intentionally incorporating elements of contrast such as color, texture, scale, light and dark, style, pattern, and form, designers can create dynamic compositions that captivate the eye. The deliberate use of contrast and variation enhances the overall aesthetics and creates a visually engaging and harmonious interior. Section 7. Negative space and white space. Negative space, also known as white space, is the empty or unoccupied area in a design. It refers to the space around and between the various elements in an interior space. While it may seem like empty space, negative space plays a crucial role in creating balance, harmony, and visual interest within a design. Understanding and effectively utilizing negative space is a key principle in interior design. Balance and harmony. Negative space plays a significant role in achieving visual balance and harmony in an interior design. By distributing positive and negative spaces effectively, designers can create a sense of equilibrium and a pleasing aesthetic. For example, a well-balanced room with carefully planned negative space feels visually harmonious and inviting. Designers can harness these psychological impacts by carefully manipulating negative space to achieve the desired mood and atmosphere. It contributes to the overall aesthetic appeal and adds a sense of sophistication. In conclusion, negative space or white space is a vital element in interior design that should not be overlooked. By understanding and effectively utilizing negative space, designers can achieve visual balance, emphasize key elements, improve readability, evoke specific emotions, enhance visual composition, and create a sense of simplicity and elegance.